My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to the Bazaar. We have our new Vanessa skins from the end of last episode.
Do I look pretty or scary? Say both or I'll gut you.
Both. And this one... So we've got cannon and we've got kind of more explosives.
Beauty?
If I'm entirely honest, I do think I actually prefer the one I'm already running, so I'm going to hold with that for a moment. Let's go in for our free ranked run of the day. I mean, like, immediately, I'm thinking of the items that I see a lot of Vanessas using against me. So... You know... Barrel. Every 4 seconds, shield 10 when you use another non-weapon item. This gains 10 shield for the fight. Actually, it's clear. Sorry, it's important to say, this is not another non-weapon item. It's use a non-weapon item. It does count itself. Lanchan is here, and you could definitely go for the Lanchan gambit. I think I'm going to take the barrel, as cannonball for adjacent items get more max ammo, and jellyfish when you use an adjacent aquatic item this gains haste for 2 seconds. But barrel will single-handedly take care of all of our defensive scaling for like a couple of days, giving me the opportunity to get really greedy, take some golden experience from our first option, and... Pyro, Kyvadrone. I guess I go Kyvadrone. And I can even continue to field the barrel because it will be good enough to win this fight. So immediately, when I have barrel, I'm starting to think about, okay, what other non-weapon items can I put on board? And how do I get those non-weapon items to trigger as many times as possible? I'd love to go with the Weather Glass version of this build. There is also an aquatic version of this build, because a lot of aquatic items are non-weapons. And the barrel can carry you for all of your shielding until you get all the way up to Turtle Shell, which then starts to carry from that point on. Realistically, our defensive engine is solved for a period of time. I need to find how to do damage. Insect Wing, that's one of the best options there. Item cooldown reduced by 3% when it's sold for our leftmost. Quixel, you sell small and medium items, but you buy large items. My main problem with going for Quixel right now, as much as I do want to fill out my board, is that Quixel is expensive to reroll. I'm going to take the Strange Mushroom. I'm going to go for the experience, guaranteeing that I'll level up before I even get into the first fight. Okay. And now I'm going to go to Andy, and I'm going to buy just as many things as I can. I need to fill, because I'm going to level up, so I'm going to need to fill 1, 2, 3, 4 slots.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Non-weapon items are definitely the best things for us. I'll take Pop Snappers and Illuso Ray. And we roll, and there's Seashell, and... I guess I can also take a Silencer.
Tell everyone you got it here.
I'm never really going to be doing a huge amount of damage to the enemy in the next fight. I'm just planning to survive the sandstorm longer than them. Pop Snappers is going back on the field in a second. Unfortunately, neither of these is going to activate. Neither of them is really going to do anything. So I'm just going to take Silencer and keep the rest of my money here. We can field Silencer for literally no impact on board, but with Silencer and Insect Wing, Barrel as a self-managing tool, getting a single weapon and running it is definitely a easier thing to do right now.
Older than me have lived a lot less.
Immolating Spark, your leftmost burn item has +3 burn. Up against Creeping Toxins, your slowest poison item has +3 poison. Admittedly, there is a version of this build that does end up going with poison, and that is a very significant amount of poison to add to that build. I'm going to take it.
You picked that up quickly. Maybe I'm getting better at this.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Maybe that's too optimistic, but Creeping Toxins is very powerful when it's set up appropriately. Yeah. I'm very easily going to scale outside of any of the damage the enemy can do here. Barrel is so powerful. I can definitely be saved from my future, my toxic future, if the game lets me lean into the line of taking Silencer and using it. I'm wide open for that possibility. Admittedly, it would be a lot easier to do if I took the burn enhancing skill previously. Pop Snappers doesn't really care about it because Pop Snappers just got 3 ammo. Like, unless I'm reloading it, I'm not really going to be using that to actually significantly gain burn on my enemy. But that would have also then set up a an easier transition into getting Trebuchet on the board if I was enhancing burn. Fence Big Bite is nice. JJ sells broad items. I want to look at someone who can give me weapons, but can also give me other things. So I will go to JJ. All right. There's Cutlass.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
That's the one weapon I'm going to field for a while. Seashell, Pop Snappers will be the only one on field. I'm going to give myself the ability to transition into an aquatic field.
Enjoy your purchase.
I'll upgrade the Seashell, so that's a good amount of shielding on an aquatic board. Kazari, health, toughness, and shielding item. Look for spare change. Go to the Strange Mushroom. I'm going to go to the Strange Mushroom and take the skill. If it gives me burn, hell yeah. Immolating Spark, your leftmost burn item has +3 burn. If it gives me burn, it makes it much easier for me to hold on to this kind of thing. Go for the Fiery Cutlass upgrade possibility. Speaking of Fiery upgrade, let me quickly have a look at this. Bazaar. So Tempest Flame Dancer on day 3 has a bronze Fiery Cutlass. So if I go to Tempest Flame Dancer, I can fight him and get the chance to get a Cutlass upgrade as well as Fiery Enchant on the Cutlass. That would be the next most powerful thing I can do. In terms of winning the next fight, though, with Pop Snappers and Barrel going off, I'll be able to take out the Rogue Scrapper. Rogue Scrapper has the Scrap, obviously. Borea. No, Rogue Scrapper is easier as well as has more rewards for us. They've now triggered their only slow. So I do 32 damage every 4.5 seconds. The Cutlass isn't doing incredibly in that way at the moment, but the real power of my board is that the Barrel is so powerful that even when it's only scaling itself, nothing on board is scaling it, it gets to a really ridiculous degree for us.
Waste of gunpowder. Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
Scrap gives us the ability to get +12 shield on our leftmost shielding item. Barrel scales its own shield so quickly that +12 shield doesn't really matter that much to it. It could, but in the world where I end up fielding aquatic items, Pearl is the one that's going to want the Scrap. Because it doesn't scale its own shield, it just cools down much faster. I'm going to get a bronze tier item, just see if I can fish for something relevant. Fish for one, literally. There's the piranha. And he sells small items. There's your Jungle Ruins Armory. Small items that I can field are definitely the most impactful right now. Oh, wow. Illuso Ray and Pop Snappers upgrade. There's also the Honing Steel. Honing Steel is really important for scaling the Cutlass, so...
Diamonds come in small boxes.
Honing Steel, every 4 seconds, give the weapon to the right of this 5 additional damage for the fight, but every 4 seconds it also scales the shielding of the barrel, which is what makes it a lot better here. Illuso Ray could get longer slow on the enemy. That gives me the ability to set up for that transition. Pop Snappers with some additional burn could be relevant. I don't want to just upgrade everything on board, but just getting a Pop Snapper's single target that's like doing a lot of burn could be pretty good for us in the end. And there's definitely a version of this field that wants to run a loser ray really badly.
Be remorseless.
Oh man. Spending a lot of money keeping a lot of build open right now. There's Nautica with the aquatic items. I just bought a lot of aquatic items, so I'm gonna go get some golden experience from the Lost Crate, thank you. Piranha's the second weapon on board, so I definitely need to take it off and field something else. Seashell for additional shielding might be the best choice. It's literally just a faster cooldown than a Luzo Ray, so it scales the barrel better. And barrel, you trigger on the same frame as Honing Steel, so you're going to want to do that after Honing Steel. Which means I'll put you at the end of my full board. Okay. So now we've got some damage, we've got some defense. We've got a foot in a bunch of different builds, so we have the ability to pivot towards anything. I won't guarantee this wins this day, especially if, there we go, Micro Dave is here. Oh boy. I'm very glad I've got a lot of shielding. That's the best thing that you can do against Micro Dave. They don't have the core for scaling Dave's damage. And after the battery is gone, they're going to lose a lot of their triggers for it. A lot of their speed for it, rather. Okay. I'm pretty confident we win this fight. A little less so right now. Back to pretty confident. Very happy to have won the first couple of days. If I can keep up a good streak, I won't have to see the builds that get ridiculous. Middle sells medium items. There's Cutlass in there still. With Lost Crate, I could actually get the gold experience. I can get the level up before I have to fight the first enemy on this floor. 150 max HP, admittedly, matters a huge amount, but right now, I need to see some broad items. I need to be able to field something.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Katana triggers every 2 seconds and deals 4 damage. Probably a better item to hold the silencer buff right now.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Without crit chance on the Cutlass, I just want something that attacks as fast as possible, and the Katana is the fastest that I can get there. Harpoon for destroying a small item. Coral. That's definitely not the one that I'm going to want to field. Ideally, I'm looking for a small friend. I'll tell you, the reason I'm not going to take the Cutlass upgrade right now is because if I do have a silver tier Cutlass and I go to Tempest Flame Dancer, I'm not going to be offered the Fiery Cutlass upgrade. And if I am offered the Fiery Cutlass upgrade, I'll pivot back in that direction. Switchblade and Hand Axe. This is really annoying. I specifically rolled not wanting a weapon, and all I found were weapons.
Ah, place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
Upgrade your leftmost bronze tier. I mean, admittedly, at the moment, that feels like Silencer.
Haha! Now this will inspire the crew.
There's Tempest Flame Dancer. So Silencer is giving 10 additional damage now and also taking another 10% off of the cooldown. So Katana's down to 1.6 on its trigger. Scout Trooper, you attack very commonly. Frustrate, Challenger. Honestly, I don't feel that bad about having to miss out on the possibility of taking those enemies out. I don't want to put the Piranha on the field. I need the Katana to attack. Well, that's the field we field.
My life for the Storm Queens.
Come on and give me the Fiery Cutlass. Let me have Immolating Spark on a Cutlass, and then the Cutlass deals double crit damage, but I'm also incentivized to give it crit chance, and it'll crit with the additional burn. It's got power. This got power. Well, if you want to give it to me. Otherwise, you can give me Cinders. When you sell this, give your leftmost burn item +1 burn. Kina, you buy non-weapon items, or rather you sell non-weapon items. Those are important to me.
Come with no weapons?
Pufferfish is here. When you haste charge this 1 second, admittedly, there is a possibility we end up having to go back in the Pufferfish direction. So I just collect that. I'm not going to field it yet, but I will collect it. There's the crow's nest. We can actually go back in the other direction now. First things first, I'm going to give the barrel the scrap, and I'm going to sell cinders for the pop snapper.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
So the katana now has 20% lifesteal, sorry, 20% crit chance, and has lifesteal. The honing steel, the pop snappers, and the barrel are triggering my defensive scaling. The honing steel is helping my damage scaling, and the katana is keeping us alive whilst we're doing that. While we're doing all of those things, we're setting up the possible pivot in the future to aquatic with pufferfish and a Luzo Ray already on board. The fact that the cutlass deals double crit damage does mean that it might eventually want to take this position. Every 4 seconds, 26 damage, multicast, so it's like 26 damage. Every 2 seconds versus 24 damage every 1.6. 1.6 is a lot faster. If the cutlass crits, it's better. It's in a good position, but I can't guarantee it crits. As the crow's nest levels up, the crow's nest, by the way, your weapons have 20% additional crit chance if you have exactly one weapon. It has lifesteal. That, if we level this up, then we can suddenly start thinking about, okay, maybe it's cutlass back on board, in which case I will be pretty sad I didn't upgrade the cutlass. Cove is here, and so is Tripwire. That's for a completely different build. Colt sells items with ammo. I gotta admit, Pop Snappers as just like a one-slot wonder for a bunch of damage right now, I'm interested. I'm getting rid of the Piranha and Seashell. Yeah. Specifically, because I can give another 2 burn to Pop Snappers.
You're listening to your needs. That's good, I guess.
So now I have good damage at the start of the fight, and then after my scaling, I've got good damage at the end of the fight. I say good, dude. Good in air quotes at the moment. Comparatively good, hopefully. Brick Buddy giving additional shielding. I mean, it is only a bronze Brick Buddy, but that's still a lot of shielding. Yep. And we're taking a whole lot of poison from the enemy. My lifesteal is going off, but it's not going to be enough to save me from their poison. Yeah. And the Brick Buddy shielding got him through. We can even see how much damage we ended up managing to do. 36 burn. Now the Pop Snappers. I'm not going to say that that did 36 plus 35 plus 34, etc. all the way down damage, but 540 shielding. We did about 480 damage. And they lived and had really huge health. Wallace? Wallace is pulling work there as well. That's just a lot better scaling than we have on board right now. Honing Steel needs to be higher level, certainly.
People first, profit 10.
JJ, you give me the upgrade for Silencer. 10 additional damage and 10% additional cooldown reduction again. Wanted Poster, if you win a fight when you have it on board, you get an additional experience. I mean, Wanted Poster is nice, but I'd have to sell out my entire inventory at the moment. Admittedly, there is some value in that. Just commit to the board that I actually have. But I don't think I'm going to be winning individual fights against players for a little bit of time, so I don't think the Wanted Poster is really where I want to go. I'm going to go to the docks and work for a weapon. Rifle. Every 2 seconds, deal 5 damage. When you use this, reload 1 ammo if it's your only weapon.
Another empty chest.
So katana's every 1.4 seconds. Rifle will be the same. Katana deals 1 less damage than the rifle. Argenta teaches silver tier skills.
Think you're ready for that?
When you use a tool, items adjacent to it gain 3% crit chance. So we've got Honing Steel, which will give 3% crit chance to both barrel and rifle. That's super cool. That's the only tool we have on the field. But I think that's great.
Progress today. I'm proud of you.
Ooh, this is difficult. Bloodreef Raider has silver. Damn, Bloodreef Raider has a silver tier crow's nest, which means it's actually useless for me because I can't get it. I've got my own bronze tier, can't get something of a different tier. Hydro Dude, admittedly, is a lot weaker than it used to be, but is it weak enough for me to take out with a single weapon? That's a toughie. I definitely think I scale my shielding well enough to stand up in that fight. Let's have a look. Feel a lot more comfortable with more max HP right now. Their damage is scaling significantly. My shielding is scaling significantly, but it's also slowing down because the pop snappers have stopped. Alright, we got this. Not a problem. Lifesteal doing work. Silver Piranha. Not really what I care about from that fight. If I'm honest, what I care about from that fight is the experience, and that's the exact same reason I'm going to try and pick another fight in the Mountain Pass. It's not going to work. We get the upgrade for Katana, though. Which actually swings the... it swings the favor back towards Katana. Now this does 3 additional damage over the top of the other one. Nufu, you sell skills. You're probably going to sell bronze tiers at this point. What, we're day 4, so... Oh, silver tier is 30%. There is a silver tier skill I care about. It's tempering. When you use a weapon, give that weapon additional damage for the rest of the fight. There's a couple other things I care about slightly as well. Slow targets. When you slow, your items gain 1% crit chance for the fight. There's also 3 additional burn or 2 additional poison. I'm going to take the 3 additional burn on Immolating Spark, if I'm honest with you. I have no plan for using the slow yet, whereas I can use the silver. The pop snappers. A silver tier weapon. There's so many weapons that don't want to go on this field because they want to go alongside other weapons. I'm going to go for the silver tier loot item and 2 gold this time. Nice. The gold is a pelt, which will sell for 4 more. Or, sorry, the loot item is a pelt, which will sell for 4 more gold. I still don't feel like any of these are the one that I really want to provide the insect wing to. This still feels like it could easily be a trebuchet waiting room.
Not to squabble with nobody.
One of the big reasons that I think it could be the trebuchet waiting room is because trebuchet says when you use a weapon or when you haste, charge this. And then there's Captain's Wheel, which is a tool, important for the sake of giving crit to other things with the flashy mechanic. A tool that says when you use a large weapon, charge this. When you use a large item, rather, charge this. And so those can back and forth pass charge to one another. Unfortunately, my enemy has literally just a base tier Ganjo. And that's enough to have much more shielding than I have access to. Thankfully, I've got much more healing, but I don't think that's going to get us through. Yeah. Oh, that laser security system was definitely doing work for him there. Yeah, ended up getting about 1,000 damage out of that, but the Fixer Upper and ATM with makeshift plate for some additional shielding, frontal shielding on top of it. That was enough to hold me off. Oh. Not what you want to see. I got those 2 early victories and then immediately started to pivot into the grave. Astrolabe. When you use another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second, says Astrolabe. I'm gonna get rid of the cutlass and rifle now. I don't really have a damage source in my builds, but I can try and get Astrolabe on board to try and pivot back to poison. Astrolabe is also a tool, so it will give me the ability to give crit to other items. Astrolabe every 6 seconds, shield 20, haste a non-weapon item for 2 seconds. Whenever you use another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. And Illuso Ray gets its upgrade. So ultimately, that cares about me fielding 3 items. It doesn't have many haste triggers. I don't think I field that yet. I think I'm still kind of in the waiting room for the pieces to make that work. I could even roll right now and try and find it. Gosh, dang it. Complete other direction turns up. Sniper rifle. Deal 3 times more damage if it's your only weapon. Putting that in front of a silencer. The honing steel didn't really care about that. And then the captain's wheel is here as well. When you use a vehicle or a large item, charge this 1 second. Every 4 seconds, it hastes adjacent items for 2 seconds. That'd be a really good way to speed up the barrel, admittedly. So I gotta free up 16 gold to field those. First things first, sniper rifle is going on fields. I'm doing that. Second thing second, I need to sell enough things to be able to buy the captain's wheel. Captain's wheel is only going to be triggering every 4 seconds to haste adjacent items for 2 seconds here. But that's good enough. That's more speed on the sniper rifle, and sniper rifle is going to be my main damage dealer, and it's scaling, and more speed for the barrel. Astrolabe is definitely not as powerful as it here. Astrolabe I kind of want to keep, like, I literally did just buy it, by the way. I'm going to sell the katana. Yeah, I can easily get rid of the katana. And then cooldown reduction definitely goes on the sniper rifle. And I don't care about honing steel. So I've got to lose pop snappers now, which I've invested so much burn into. That does feel bad. With pufferfish, pop snappers, and Illuso Ray, I even have the board state here where I can still pivot back towards weather glass. I'm going to sell the snappers. And then take the captain's wheel. It's got to be Lost Crate. 2 gold and 1 experience. Thank you. Preening Duelist, do you have a... No, you don't. You don't have a crow's nest. Nothing they have is especially relevant to us. Mod Squad... I mean, Crypto and First Aiden, Infernal Envoy... Also no, nothing. Alright, Mod Squad. Sniper Rifle, when it goes to gold tier, will deal 5 times more damage, being our only weapon. And then when it gets to diamond, it'll be a total of 10 times. Also, when it crits, it does real work. Oh wow, 2 crits. Nice. Crypto, thank you. There's currently a bug with the golden Crypto where it can level... Oh? Silver tier upgrade. That's going to be Sniper Rifle to get another 200 damage right now. It's actually 200 and... Wait, with the plus 30 previously, it was getting 90, so it's 260 additional damage that it gets. the docks because I have the astrolabe, so I can work for 5 gold and 1 experience. Thank you. There's a bug with crypto at the moment where it sells for any value all the way up to 25 for the golden crypto. Annoyingly, I don't want to move into the next space and risk that it goes lower in value because I want to sell it right now so that I have 5 slots in my board to buy the chocolate bars. Because 150 max HP means a huge amount to us. Venom Motor, you haven't won a single match first, yet. But that also means that you could have just been putting together Turtle Shell and Pearl, and you hadn't had time yet, and now you have, and now you're here with Pearl, but you haven't got Turtle Shell yet. Alright. Illuso Ray has 3 times multi-strike, and it's sitting next to the jellyfish, so when it goes off, it gives a bunch of haste charges to the jellyfish, which the pufferfish sees, and then uses those to poison me. Anyway, I shot my enemy in the face. Took us a moment to line it up, though. Just 1 single shot. And 1 single kill. Pole sells large items. The only problem with Pole right now is the only large item I care about is Crow's Nest. Alright, Mysterious Portal, what have you got? Thieves Guild! Oh my god! Let's make sure Mr. Moo isn't an incredible choice for us. Mr. Moo has the Tomu gun, cooldown of 2 seconds, ammo of max 50, deals damage equal to the ammo, and then a bunch of incendiary rounds. Honestly, no, it's not Mr. Moo for us. It's absolutely grab everything from Vault and run. This seems like a low roll. I know that these can get a lot better than this, but that's okay. All of these spare changes are going to try and join together when I buy them, but they'll sell for 3 if I join them together rather than selling for 2. So I should buy and sell each of the silver ones individually. That's a lot of gold to be working. Ooh, Goldie. Gold tier items, if I could pick up a silencer or a sniper rifle, the life changes. What else really contributes nicely? Because going to the mountain pass and fighting is a really difficult option to turn up. Goldie, why don't you show me what fits nicely? Fishing rod. Fishes for an item at the start of each day. Honestly, that's really good. Give me the fishing rod. Get a small aquatic item at the start of each day. That still gives us the ability to pivot back in the direction of getting Pearl and then Pufferfish and then... I'm still holding a whole secondary backup build. Oh my god. Damn, destroy this and all smaller items for the fight. When you use another aquatic item, charge this 1 second. And all smaller items for the fight. That'll destroy an entire enemy board, but I need to have killed them in that time. Musket, when you burn, reload this, 1 ammo. And Rowboat, haste your small items for 1 second. When you use an adjacent aquatic item, haste this 1 second. Yeah, I don't think it's any of these. Dam is interesting, though. Dam, and then captains. I don't win a fight where I destroy everything. I need to still have something on board after the dam blows up. And the dam destroys itself and all smaller items, so it would presumably be a large item, but I have nothing for it. I can't do that. Especially when I already have the sniper rifle going off. I don't think I kill fast enough to beat the Lich. The Lich is very powerful in this patch. I might go Die Mosquito, though. It's Die Mosquito, right? Yeah, Die Mosquito. Because they've got a bunch of copies of Insect Wing, and that's 6% cooldown reduction. And that matters. That matters a lot here. Every single piece of cooldown reduction I can apply to the sniper rifle is going to be very, very muchly rewarded by the game.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
There's that Insect Wing. Wriggle, you teach poison skills. C4, you teach ammo skills. I'm going to skip both of those because I'm not in those builds yet. I have a foot in them, though.
Me in power, but he can never surpass me in years.
Your large items have 25 additional crit chance. When you crit, your burn items gain 1 burn for the fight, or when you freeze, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. Reaching the summon is so poor. There's no... You can... It's the same rarity as a when you slow, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight, but the thing is you can slow constantly and easily. Freeze is not common. Take the full roll here and we get Barnacle Crusted. Reduce the cooldown of your aquatic items by 10%. That only counts for the captain's wheel right now. Righty Tighty, when you use your rightmost item, slow an item for 1 second. I can't do that because I don't have a rightmost item. My rightmost item at the moment is Silencer, and I can't reorient this in order to get the barrel on the other side because then Silencer isn't next to the sniper rifle anymore. It'd have to be on this side. So I never have a rightmost item right now. Barnacle Crusted, it's not great, but it's doing something, whereas the others aren't doing anything, and also it could possibly still set up for a different pivot. If this feels like this is going nowhere, I can do something else. Let's lower the cooldown of the sniper rifle all the way down to 6.4. I want to buy the chocolate bars pretty badly. And I think I have to sell the pufferfish in order to get the space for it. Alia's there selling weapons, but I'm going to go for the gumball machine. Every blue gumball is worth its weight in gold to us right now. I mean, red gumballs are pretty good as well. That's 5 additional damage for the sniper rifle. And 10 when I level it up the next time. Jesse Morgana.
Underestimate me.
Let's hope you're one of those dualies that's doing a bunch of things to try and get a whole build to go off. And you are still in the awkward middle phase of that not happening. Oh wow, you have no core on board. I don't think you generate enough haste triggers for Race Carl to be better than fielding. Well, I guess actually I don't know what their core is. They could have the ignition core and decide that it's not worth fielding when they've got Clorence and Bulldozer. It's weird here, because Bill is when you use another friend, this gains 20 damage for the fight, your other friend's cooldown's reduced by 20%, and then Clorence, when you use another friend, this gains 20 damage for the fight, right? I don't feel like you want both of those on the same board. It's two ways to approach doing something quite similar. JJ sells items, percentage max health and regen is absolutely worth it.
Food is life.
99 health. That's almost a chocolate event. And it comes with 5 regen. Middle you sell medium items, and I gotta be honest, I'm fielding medium items right now.
I'm pretty laid back.
Lanshan's turn back up. Ramrod. Reload adjacent items with ammo 2, and then haste them 2 seconds, and then a cannon. Not going to be taking any of those. I'll look at the reroll. Oh, Swashbuckle. Adjacent items get 25% additional crit chance. Adjacent items also have bonus damage, heal, or shield equal to their crit chance. I currently don't have a really good way of giving crit chance to my items except for the Captain's Wheel, or even a really good way of hasting except for the Captain's Wheel. But eventually, Swashbuckle will be the build.
You're really gonna enjoy that.
Like, Sniper Rifle, it gets 25% additional crit, and then it gets additional damage equal to all of its crit chance. So it's going to go up, yeah, to 900 damage. It loses haste, but now it's 47 crit chance and 900. It's difficult to say that that's not better. We lose almost all of our barrel, like, defense scaling, and the sniper rifle goes off significantly slower. But it's like 235 more damage, and it's now a 50% chance to crit on its first shot. I'm going to lean towards the Captain's Wheel at the moment, but I fully understand that in the future I'm probably going to go back the other direction. 2 gold for each weapon, 2 gold and silver tier loot item, 2 gold and silver tier item. I'm going to take the silver tier loot item because a sharpening blade is really good for us, whereas it usually wouldn't be.
Free. I like the exercise.
I do a lot of damage. I don't know if I get through Radiant Corsair, though.
At least you're no cloud top slime.
If I can, though, this would be so much better. Oh boy. Sniper Rifle's going pretty slow. I'm gonna need a crit here. Is it even gonna cool down one more time? It needs a crit. It didn't crit. Oh no! It was literally a millisecond from resolving. We would have won that fight. Thankfully, despite the fact that I didn't win the fight, I still got a huge amount of gold for it. Because we knocked down their health. Tox Clocks, haste, slow, and cooldown items. Cooldown items could easily have the silencer.
You don't have time not to buy this.
Tripwire, when your enemy uses an item, charges 3 seconds. There's Anchor. Deal enemy damage, or deal damage equal to 20% of your enemy's max HP. When they use an item, this gains haste. When you use an adjacent item, rather, this gains haste. Dang. Dock lines is here, so's the fishing net and the spyglass. I don't want any of those here. Admittedly, I think if I did have Swashbuckle on board, I probably would have won the fight previous. Just the fact that I would have been critting consistently. Although they would have been slowing my sniper rifle and I wouldn't have been getting haste, so I would have been lowering my amount of shots from the sniper rifle. Gumball Machine, Botanical Gardens. Jellyfish is here, so... Well, yeah, Jellyfish is here, so we have our haste target. I kind of have to pick what build I'm going for soon. I can't just keep holding all of these builds in hand. Especially because it's now limiting how many slots on field I can even use for... Wait, oh, I was told about this tech. I can sell from this screen if I have the open slot on board. Woo! Oh, look how fast it's resolving.
My fight isn't with
You and me, Muffing Man.
You insist.
I'm gonna need the Crow's Nest upgrade soon as well. They've got a silencer for their ballista. They've got a restorative brick buddy next to it. My only way to win this fight is by killing them in a single shot. And they've got anything to win when you use a non-weapon item, burn and poison one. Wow, yeah, I'm just not gonna get there. There's ballista. That's a ballista for you. One more loss and I'll be getting my enchant. I feel like my barrel isn't really accomplishing enough for my board state right now. I could have, like, Clamora immediately slow them. Don't really do that much for us. Astrolabe can only haste non-weapon items, so it can't even pass haste all the way to the sniper rifle. The sniper rifle wants Swashbuckler and Silencer as its adjacencies. I guess the lifesteal of the sniper rifle doesn't matter as much, but that's also contributing to the damage from the Swashbuckler at the moment, so it's all a bit of a muddle. I'm gonna go to JJ's.
Let's chat.
Well, that's annoying. Like, Clamora, Jellyfish. I have no burn and I have no freeze. I could get a 3-time striking Weather Glass. And that Weather Glass would be affected by not Creeping Toxins, unfortunately, because Jellyfish is too quick. But it could be affected by the Immolating Spark. Butterfly Swords are nice as well. I do like them in a world where I can actually scale their damage appropriately. And part of that can be Swashbuckler, giving them additional crit chance and the additional damage on the crit chance, and then Silencer as well. With Weather Glass, I would have shielding back online because the barrel would actually do things. Effectively, right now, I have to decide whether or not I think I'm going down with the ship on a sniper rifle. So what would the build be like if I had the other one? It would be Astrolabe on field. It would be Jellyfish and a Luzo Ray go on field. None of the rest of those need to go. So I have a lot of open slots. Obviously, I would keep Barrel on that same field as well. Then we would have our Weather Glass. I could even field the Captain's Wheel on that same board if I didn't want to put Clamor on. That it involves selling Clamor right now. I don't feel like I have the cooldown support to get sniper. Like, I've got a gold silencer and a gold sniper rifle on, like, I had it since day 6. I think. And it's still not enough. It's so difficult to make this decision right now. Is there like a midway version of the build where like I've got Barrel, Loser Ray, and Jellyfish. I take Crow's Nest off the field. And then I've got 3 slots to play with, and I can use... The Astrolabe admittedly wants to get an upgrade before it really cares about being on that board state. But without haste triggers, like, Weatherglass is a promise of doing less damage than the sniper rifle more slowly. Jita. Every 5 seconds, slow an item, and also get the burn. There's pop snappers for the burn. No. Nope, we've decided not to run that build, and in honor of that, I will be selling these really soon.
Maybe if I got better goods.
Barrel doesn't want to be the item on this board, but nothing else wants to be the item on this board right now either. There's armory, health toughness, and shield-related items. Let's have a look, buddy. Oh, god damn it. Golden Pearl turns up. When you use another aquatic item, charge this 3 seconds. Next, the turtle shell's going to show up, and it's going to be like, yeah, I absolutely should have taken the pearl. I'm going to sell Clamora. I'm going to take the pearl and roll. There's the barrel upgrade. I'm going to sell Captain's Wheel to take the barrel upgrade. Burninator Bot would be a really funny way to get the flamethrower and then give the flamethrower additional damage from the Swashbuckler. That would be a really interesting way to tend this build if I can beat the Burninator Bot. The only problem is, I'm not certain if I can beat the Burninator Bot. Only one way to find it out, though. Oh, I really wish my cooldowns were faster. Okay. First hit went okay. Second as well, still no crit. 50% chance to do so. I was so terrified we were going to die before the next one went off. Come on, flamethrower. Dang. Thermal Lance, every 7 seconds, burn 4. When this gains haste, it gains additional burn for the fight. Social Conduit. Enchant item with cannot be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. There's Sirocco's Step. Enchant item with haste effects. And then finally, Languid Dunes. Enchant item with slow effects. Silencer says, when you use the weapon to the left of this, haste it for 2 seconds. So it'll provide haste to it. Cool. Swashbuckler. The Swashbuckle can't take haste. Interesting. Crow's Nest says, when you crit with a weapon, haste an item for 1 second. That's valuable. And those ones in hand are all going to have very, very obvious impacts here. I'm going to take the Sirocco Step for the Silencer to get a haste trigger consistently applied to the sniper rifle. Its second and third shots will come out faster. And this also now gives us the ability to sell rocket boots to increase haste for an item on board. Definitely time to the Artisan Dunes, because 10 additional damage is actually 50 additional damage for that weapon. Time to look at a mysterious portal. Cobweb sells slow items. I'm not going to have the opportunity to re-roll here, but there's the pufferfish. Good lord. Sell the lance. I'm holding 2 builds. 2 full builds. I would, at this point, have to sell a part of one build in order to build another part of that same build. But I already have the pearl, so like... Or do I just turf this build, rely on what I'm currently doing, and then buy a tropical island to give us additional health and regen? I just want to do the sniper rifle so damn bad. I got a barrel, I got a sniper rifle. I'm just doing cosplay as Feroz Khan. I could right now sell all of these items on the right side. I could keep the fishing rod as just a way to get additional money, and then I could buy the tropical island. I could keep that in inventory, and we could go. It feels so bad to do this.
Time is a web. I will teach you to walk its threads.
Wakaub!
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun. You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Okay, this is someone who did not do the thing that I did. They went the other direction instead. Oh, they've got rigged to start the fight off even faster. That was a pretty big crit. Can I do it again? It's gonna take a crit to win. And never mind, they're now out of the range that I can do that to them. Their seaweed is healing them consistently enough that they're going to get back to full HP consistently. Dang.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
There's no time but the present. I don't believe this.
Random enchantment location, please. Tranquil Spring. Enchant 9 with heal effects. Oh, that's fun. Alright, sniper rifle. Heal me for the amount of damage you do.
I'm on the edge of the plank.
Twice. Lifesteal it for me, and then also heal it. Restorative sniper rifle. Snack time for max HP. Barkun will buy small items. If I go to Barkun, I'll get another small item immediately. The tropical island will drop one. But I need the 200 max HP a lot. Vermeer, you teach crit skills. It is really important to me right now that I get more crit on this weapon. More crit is more damage, and more damage is more good. Recon teaches weapon skills, which is also damage. Old Zane, most of your things are related to aquatic. I think I should go weapon skills rather than crit, actually. It's much less likely I find the ability to just give this the crit that I need.
Wormcats fight without weapons, but you will need them.
Right-handed, your rightmost weapon has 30 additional damage, which is 150 additional damage for the sniper rifle. It's up against Frozen Shot when you use your slowest weapon, freeze a smaller item for a second, but the impact of this is not that it gets to freeze an item. Hopefully, it's that it ends the fight. That's the goal.
But it must be very
Zerfin, hello. When you freeze, your shield items gain additional freeze. No, burst of flame. The first time your enemy falls below half health, burn 10, and then lash out at the start of each fight, poison 12. Like, admittedly, those aren't what I want, and also, lash out is too expensive. I'm gonna roll, and we might even see things I don't end up having any will to take. Vengeance, your leftmost and rightmost items have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. You mean my passives, the ones that can't activate? Cosmic Wind, when you crit, haste an item for 2 seconds. Purifying Flame, when you gain regeneration, a burn item gains +1 burn. When you crit, haste an item for 2 seconds. Legitimately good.
Tread lightly.
Ferris Khan, you have a... Well, Ferris Khan beats me, right? I can't... Unless... Hang on. Yeah, Ferris Khan has a golden sniper rifle. Really good. Has the barrel, has this golden silencer. It would be the best target for me to beat on that board. Unfortunately, it would be dealing 1.5 thousand damage. Just a little bit over that. And it has crit chance. 30%.
Sails down, anchors up. Just waiting for
If
your
it ever
command.
crits, I die. And then there's Death Knight Reaper on the other side. You know what, Ferris Khan?
know what happens next.
If you ever crit with that sniper rifle, I'm dead. Please don't.
I've done what I came to do.
All right. 30% chance we won that fight, and we did not. They crit. Could have upgraded my sniper rifle or my silencer. You could have done so much work for us. Vanessa's Amulet. Your other items have 30% additional crit chance. Admittedly, that's probably a better item to field right now than Crow's Nest. Crow's Nest is giving lifesteal, but without it, I have additional damage, and also I still have my base version of lifesteal. Hit up a mysterious portal. Hef sells burn items. I don't imagine I'll see anything here I can run.
Also creates.
Fiery grenade, a lighthouse, and a fiery arbalist. Ooh, when you haste, this gains 3 additional burn for the fight. Fiery arbalist has some unique terms. Can't do anything about him though.
Cool off a while.
All right, Stygie. Is this build nothing?
I may be young for a captain,
Did I try this
but I've
hard to
seen
do
my share of
nothing?
storms.
I'm just running in, what's it, quicksand? Oh boy. Double soldering gun. They've got a good amount of regeneration on them. I'm gonna need to crit a lot to take this fight, and we do. Pretty pleased about that. The barrel still ended up giving 1,000 shielding over that time. Incredible work, barrel. Ryan sells tools. Monster Ranch for cooldown reduction is definitely the best. I'll take the 6% cooldown reduction because the sniper rifle really, really, really cares. JJ sells items in general. We'll just have a little bit of a cheap look because we can reroll JJ for a cheap amount. Makes it much easier to just have a look at what he's holding and see if those fit into our build at all. They do not.
Don't buy, as long as we get to hang out.
Gold tier loot item, again, fishing for cooldown reduction. There's a bug at the moment, which I just encountered, unfortunately. I've reported it before. Nothing dropped.
The desert wind is warm perfume.
Alright, Lord of the Wastes, if I can't beat you, I don't deserve to get past you.
Return to the bazaar.
Nice.
Do not corrupt us.
Pendulum, every 8 seconds, haste your items for 2 seconds. When you crit, charge it. We didn't get it, we got the shoe blade instead. Zarkon for the experience, get me my next level. I need to be able to level up my gold tier item. There we go, which I can do now. The restorative sniper rifle will double its damage.
Haha. Now this will inspire the crew.
I need to live as long as I can in the fights. That does even still mean going for an eating contest. So I'll happily take that and then fight another duelie.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Probably a burn build if I had to guess. It's got some burn haste in it from for letting off steam, but it's largely about this obsidian combat core, it looks like. It does pretty good damage, but if we can get a crit off with the sniper rifle, we can take their whole health bar in a single hit. We're definitely full committed to this build at this point, if that's not exceptionally clear. All sells large items, but I really don't think I'm going back to Crow's Nest at any point, especially with Vanessa's Amulet, which is now fixed. It actually still gives its crit damage to weapons, where it used to not. It'll definitely be making the difference for us here. Eating contests. I do need to keep enough money to still buy a good skill if it shows up. So that eating contest is kind of hard to go to. Sharpening Stone for additional damage. Diamond tier, so that's plus 15 damage, and it's times 10, so it's 150 additional damage for our sniper rifle. I mean, Veteran Octopus, is there anything you can do here to me? I couldn't imagine them being able to take enough of my health away in time.
Walk it.
Tiny Cutlass, every 5 seconds, deal 24 damage, multicast 2. It has double crit damage. Different version of this build, perhaps. Adira teaches diamond tier skills. The fact that in here exists Shield Bash makes it correct to look. Like most weapon has lifesteal. I already have that. I mean, I could get double lifesteal, but admittedly, I'm critting about half of the time. I'm very likely to get back to full health. How likely is it that I get down to absolutely nothing before I fire the sniper rifle? Not especially. I don't want to take the Circle of Life in this instance, specifically because I can still roll, and there are real hits here. That's not them. Woof. When you freeze, reload an ammo. When you crit, reload an ammo. And then retooled. Your leftmost tool has +1 multicast. Giving that to Astrolabe for a little additional shielding as well as a little additional haste will have to do. Oh, I'd love to go back and take the lifesteal now. Oh, absolutely. But that's not how time works. Goes in one direction, unfortunately. And that's what makes it beautiful. All right, Finn's Big Bite. I'd like to get healthy. On your dime, please. 280 max health as well as 5 regen. Skill upgrades. I'd love to upgrade Cosmic Wind. Or right-handed. Flashy Mechanic probably doesn't really make a difference here. I guess Astrolabe is double casting, so it might give some crit to the barrel, but it's not really going to be too relevant. Neither of those are relevant at all. I'm not going to pay the money for them. Burn or Poison. We have outgrown those. I say outgrown. We'll see if it's outgrown GROWN or outgrown GROAN. They've got retooled, barnacle crusted, mixed message. Oh, and all of that's to power up a deadly crane. I'm gonna need to crit them pretty quickly here. I'm not gonna get to the second cast of that crane. Or rather, I'm not gonna survive the second cast of that crane. And thankfully, we don't have to. Woo! Probably the most impactful next upgrade is the Turbo Silencer. Lower cooldown and additional damage for the sniper rifle is really important. Because it's all of my healing and all of my damage at the same time. Gumball Machine. Yeah. Gumball Machine is absolutely incredible right now. I know it'll affect the items that aren't on board. Fine, let's do that. Stop giving me yellow and green. Those are the only two colors I actually don't love. Because crit chance, when Swashbuckler is back on, is an additional 10 damage. And red is also an additional 10 damage with the sniper rifle. Gold tier aquatic, gold tier loot, gold tier item. We're going gold tier loot, looking for the cooldown reduction. We do find it this time. Feathers for 6% cooldown reduction to the entire board. Sniper rifle's down to a 5.7 second trigger. It will pretty much get perma haste after it fires for the first time. Not because of the turbo silencer, which is only giving it 2 seconds worth of haste, but because Astrolabe has double casts, and then barrel also crits, and when I crit, I haste an item for 2 seconds. So it's a little wonky, but it can get there. Eating contest, middle, you sell medium items, and I still want the barrel and the Astrolabe upgrades.
I'll help you find
Astrolabe, sure.
Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Charges faster now. Sextant. Ace and 9 for 3 seconds. Adjacent items have 15% additional crit chance. When you crit, charge this item 1 second. No, thank you. I think I can take Volcus Enforcer, because while they will freeze my stuff, if I crit them once, they die. Just once, just one single solitary crit to the face. It doesn't look anything like that. It's much more like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Threat level 8.
Cryosphere. Freeze all items other than the core for 2 seconds. Not my kind of thing right there. Colt sells item with ammo. Extracts, poison. I'm just going to go get the max HP from Jules to see if that helps me through the next day. I could have gone for damage, 250 additional damage to the sniper rifle, which admittedly has some value. Languid Tunes, enchant item with slow effects. I imagine the Vanessa's amulet can't carry that. Oh no, it can. And at the start of each fight, it will slow 2 items for 4 seconds. Slowing them immediately at the start of the fight is really impactful. Especially against enemies who might only have 1 or 2 items on board at all. Upgrade your leftmost item. Okay, let's actually look at this. So Silencer, with the upgrade, would be 10% additional cooldown reduction and 20 additional damage, which is 200 damage for the sniper rifle because of the times 10. Swashbuckler would be 25% additional crit, which is 25% additional crit, as well as 250 additional damage for the sniper rifle. So it comes down to whether or not I think the cooldown is more impactful than the almost guaranteed crit. I think it's much more important that I crit on my first shot.
Can we get moving?
So I'm going to take the Swashbuckler upgrade. So now it's giving 50% additional crit chance to its adjacencies. Now the sniper rifle is on 87% crit chance and a 5.7 second cooldown. And it does 2.8 thousand damage. I've certainly seen higher damage sniper rifles. I've certainly seen quicker sniper rifles. I don't know if I've seen a higher damage sniper rifle or a quicker sniper rifle in this patch, though. Woof. There's the ballista. We did slow it, which is nice, but I do have to kill them in one shot. They survive, and then they don't survive the second, thankfully. That gets pretty insane quickly, the shielded ballista, especially with a companion core with a bunch of friends on field. Yep, that could have gotten really bad. I'm so glad we got past them. This is the reason that I wanted to focus on doing a single weapon sniper rifle kind of thing, because a lot of the enemies in the game have an interaction that as soon as it starts going off, you lose. And the best way to deal with that kind of thing is to kill them incredibly quickly. And the best way to do that is to kill them or crit them rather, for more than their HP. Nautica, aquatic items. I'm going to take the 16 from Regenerative Tincture. Because aquatic items doesn't really hold anything for me at the moment. And 150 max HP is pretty low right now. Monster Ranch, cooldown reduction. There it is. Another 6% cooldown reduction. And this is for the entire board, which is important. This guy freezes a lot of items. Let's quickly have a look at what the Frustrate Champion does, because I do need to fully familiarize myself with this kit. Frustrate Champion. At the start of fight, freeze all non-weapon items for 2 seconds. And then the first time they freeze each fight, haste all their items for 2 seconds. 3,200 health. Their Frost Potion goes off. By the time I unfreeze for the first time, I will then shoot them in the face for the rest of the health.
Steel weak, ice cut best. You stronger. Now
Really talking a big game there at the start. Snowflake, when you sell this, give your leftmost freeze item an additional second of freeze. Oh, come on, give me a freeze enchant for Astrolabe for absolutely no reason. No good reason to do that, but do it anyway. Jules Cafe for 250 additional damage. You know what? I'm going to take the damage buff today, because it's 250 additional damage, and then it also crits on top of that. Zara teaches haste and charge skills. I don't really need haste and charge skills right now. I guess charge skills. Like Electrified Hull or Flurry of Blows or something like that. Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm not a fitness trainer. I train your perception of reality.
Crashing Waves. When you use an aquatic item, haste a weapon for 1 second. I don't have any aquatic items on field. Hold under pressure. First time you fall below half health each fight. Haste 4 items, 2 seconds. Crashing Waves when you use an aquatic item. Yeah. Captain's Charge. First time you use a large item each fight. Haste 4 items. New. Toxin Injector at the start of each fight. Haste your poison items 2 seconds. Quick Freeze. This will be the one we take. First time you haste each fight, freeze an item for 4 seconds. And then finally, Lefty Lucy. When you use your leftmost item, haste an item for 1 second. I can use Lefty Lucy. The only thing is I don't need the additional haste from Lefty Lucy. It doesn't actually perform anything for us. The freeze from Quick Freeze will do.
And we can ignore them.
Middle sells medium items, but admittedly, the Astrolabe and Barrel aren't... Like, the upgrade on them actually isn't huge at the moment, but a rare event or a merchant could change things. The Cult. Trade health for power.
Great sacrifice comes great reward.
Deadly Covenant give your leftmost weapon deadly. I have to lose 1.6 thousand health to pick this up. But if this weapon has deadly, it gets 50 additional damage. That 50 additional damage is 500 additional damage. And also it's guaranteed to crit on its first hit to them. So it's 3.5 and it crits to kill. But I lose my lifesteal. It crits 7k? Honestly? I think that matters, but I think it also already crits. Oh.
Bless us with your flame.
I could just take the Silver Ritual Dagger and walk away. A leftmost weapon with deadly additional crit chance. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to take the Silver Ritual Dagger. If I have to fire for a second time, and there will be fights where I'll have to fire for a second time, this guy in particular is quite threatening for that. If I have to fire for a second time, I'm going to be very thankful that I full healed on my first hit.
Ahead. Underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
We're about to see exactly whether or not I was right.
see these
Ugh, I see knife tricks, so I know you're doing an infinite. There's quality over quantity, so it's yo-yo as well. I'm gonna have to fire for a second time in this fight. Yeah, firing once or twice, I was definitely losing that fight, unfortunately. Oh, they even had the fort for the increased cooldown. They even had Shielded Bushel going infinite by itself. When you shield, charges 4 seconds. Yo-Yo right next to it, a firing matchbox. All of them diamond tier? Nitrix lowering the cooldown of items when they use them, including the Deadly Combat Core. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. They even poisoned me a bunch. When you heal, charge a poison. Oh no, it's charge a poison item 1 second. Never mind, they didn't actually apply poison. And they had a bunch of max HP to back it up. Combat medic giving crit chance out to their items. Yep. That's a shame, but honestly, I'm pretty damn happy to have finally gotten to run Swashbuckle, which I feel like anytime I want Swashbuckle, it never turns up. Finally turned up. But also this little bit of a Feroz Khan kind of cosplay we've got going on here. I just like him so much that I decided to dress up as him for a day. And it went about as well as it went for Feroz Khan, right? He's a day 9 enemy. I made it to 8 wins. That's the day 9 of wins. I'll happily collect 2 chests, and boom, a single point of experience up towards our climb. For the moment, though, we've got Dually next episode, but until then, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Top left is a series playlist for online content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.